Hello everyone, welcome back to another Hookster Talks. I do apologise, little technical gremlins, but we've got them sorted out. We've now got Wi-Fi everywhere. We need to have Wi-Fi, so thanks for that. Thanks for bearing with me. You can all return now. Return. I'm here. I'm back. Oh my god. I don't know what happened there, but I've reset the box. Virgin Media. No, I have to say they're usually pretty reliable, so it's just one of those things. But it looks like half of the Wi-Fi network decided to crap out for a few seconds. But we're back on now. Okay, hello Mr. Will F1, thank you for rejoining us on the stream. I do apologise for the technical difficulties that we had there, but I've still got a few things to sort out, but we should now be up and running. This is unfortunately the joys of streaming live. Sometimes you get a few problems, and tonight we got a problem. Yes, something to do with the internet. Don't know what it was. I've reset the router and now it's working fine. As I say, I'm not going to complain to Virgin about that because it is very rare. Virgin are usually pretty bulletproof with their internet, I have to say. I've not had any real serious problems, and usually it gets sorted out within about 24 hours. So I'm not going to complain. So obviously something had gone wrong there. Communication between the router and my computers had suddenly stopped. My main computer was still working, but that does run on a different Wi-Fi signal, so that's probably why. The main one that I use is the 2.4 gig signal, and I've got like a laptop on there, and the PlayStation 4 is all plugged into that and everything else, so that was the one that had stopped. But unfortunately, if I lose the laptop signal, I can't send messages, receive messages, or actually output links and stuff like that, because if I do it on the main computer, which I'm talking on now, it just slows it down so much. I just leave that just for doing the stream. So yeah, it's a little bit of a problem. But anyway, we are back. We will rewind the last 20 minutes that we lost and say, hello everyone from Mr. TB Bear. There's TB Bear. Yes, hello. So I hope you caught up with everything the last 20 minutes that you missed. So let's get into it. Mercedes. Oh, look, my tablet's sending me messages now. Say it's working. Mercedes. Is it all over? Has the dream from 2014 finally reached its conclusion? Well, my answer to that is yes. I think it has. I think there will be a resurgence from Mercedes, but at the moment they are definitely on the ropes. They are definitely on the ropes, and I agree. I don't think they're going to win a single race this season. I think George Russell might get a sneaky third, maybe a sneaky second, but as for Lulu, he is completely lost at sea right now. Completely lost at sea. He just, the body language, just everything. And the team needs to stop mollycoddling Lewis Hamilton. It's just ridiculous. Toto coming on the radio saying, sorry Lewis that we provided you with such a rubbish car. It's all our fault. I'm really sorry, Lewis. And then Lewis goes, oh, it's okay, Toto. No, stop that now. George Russell finished in 4th place. Lewis Hamilton finished in, what was it, 14th, 12th, something like that. That's just mollycoddling him. There's a reason why he finished in 14th, because he wasn't good enough. Let alone the car, he wasn't good enough. So it's just ridiculous. And Toto's just being the good team principal. The fact that he's won so many world championships, that he's just protecting Lewis Hamilton. And then he came out later and said about, oh, Lewis Hamilton's such a great driver and he's one of the best. And yeah, but your best performance is shown on the track. And at the moment, Lewis Hamilton is way, way, way behind George Russell. Way, way, way behind George Russell. And so, yeah, I'll be very surprised if he actually comes back next year for 2023, Lewis Hamilton, or whether he just hangs his hat up and says, that's it, I'm going to go and buy Chelsea with one of the Williams sisters, I think, isn't it? And be done with it. Because his performance at the moment, it's just not there. And you just can't keep blaming the car every time when George Russell puts it in 4th position. You just can't. You just can't keep blaming the car, because it isn't just a car. The car is not at its best. It's not as good as the Red Bull. It's not as good as the Ferrari. That's in no doubt. But it is a 6th place finishing car at the moment, and George Russell got it up into 4th, which is good, but it is a 6th place winning car. That's its performance level. So for Lewis Hamilton to finish in 14th place, that is not all on the car. Some of that is on Lewis Hamilton. Now, is this a car that completely doesn't suit Lewis's driving style? Quite possibly. I mean, that porpoising is getting out of hand. George Russell now complaining that he's getting backache and neckache from that porpoising. And I did watch the Ferrari in the last race going down the straight, and they did an on-board camera view, and it looked absolutely horrible. Not just the way it was bouncing up and down, but the noise that it was making inside the cockpit as well when it's going down the straight. It was just a horrible, horrible thing to watch. And I can't believe that after 3 years, I think it's 3 years, developing this car, this brand new car for 2022, that they could have made a fundamental mistake like this. Because it's obviously a flaw in the design. There's something wrong with the design, because it shouldn't be jumping up and down the straights like it is. I know it's now being driven by the ground effect force of the cars, which is increasing the downforce. We know all that. But it shouldn't be jumping up and down like it is. There's a design flaw there somewhere, and that needs to be sorted out. A lot of people saying raise the ride height up, and then that will eliminate the porpoising. Yes, it will, but it will slow the cars down as well. And will it make them as good into the corners? It's all up in the air. But yeah, as a quick fix, raise the car up. If you raise it up, then it's not. But I still think it's going to porpoise. I still think it's going to jump up and down. I think it's going to jump up even higher, in fact, because the suspension's raised. To be honest. Oh, I don't know. But as a short fix, yeah, raise the suspension and see what happens. See what happens. It might actually cure the problem. I don't know. I'm not a F1 engineer, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, it might solve the problem. But it's horrible, and it's got to be addressed. It's got to be addressed. Get all the porpoising sorted out on all the cars first, and then we can start looking at developments and who's doing well and who's doing badly. Because at the moment, it's all up in the air, all due to this bouncing up and down like a madman. Obviously, Ferrari, they seem to have it under control, but that car is still going up and down like Billy-O. It really is. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible to watch. I've not seen something like that for years and years and years in Formula One. I mean, every year they basically design the same car with little tweaky bits on it, and it runs fine. All the cars run fine. You've never seen porpoising like that going up and down. It's horrible. Horrible. And the FIA need to address that very, very quickly. Very, very quickly indeed. So, Mr. Will F1, thank you for joining us again, Will. Well done. Well done. I said I'll be back as quick as possible. I don't think I was too bad there. Only off for about 5 or 6 minutes. There are rumours that Nicholas Latifi will get sacked mid-season. Well, that will not please a certain Canadian who's in our ERL, Will. He'll be crying into his butter, I think, or his battered up, beaten old chicken that he has on a Thursday night, it seems to. But he won't be very happy at all with that, but it could be. I mean, he's not doing very... Now, I heard this rumour a couple of days ago. Now, this has really got me. Apparently, the Williams is doing quite well. And it is doing quite well because they've reduced the amount of paint on the livery. Yeah, I know. It surprised the hell out of me, but apparently it's working. Yeah. They've put less paint on the car, and apparently it's making the car a little bit faster. I know it seems crazy, but in this year 2022, anything's possible. Nothing's off the table. So yeah, they've decreased some of the sponsors' logos as well. So there's not as many logos on the car, and there's not as much paint on the car. If you look at the side pods, they've removed some of the paint from the side pods, and apparently it's making a difference. Was that an April Fool's joke? I don't know, but that's what I've heard in the rumour. Try and call Dom and tell him that might happen. I might do that. Hello, Mr. Pinal Pessy. Mercedes are becoming the next 2020 Ferrari. Yes, I think you could be right there. They could be the next 2020 Ferrari. And so Lewis Hamilton's the new Vettel, is he? Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Anyway, so the race last week, it was... Or was it the week before? I can't remember. Time flies by so quickly in Dave Land. So yeah, it was an interesting race. I'd give it a solid, I don't know, 7 out of 10, something like that. It wasn't the most exciting race ever, to be honest. We've had better, but it was a pretty decent race. Now, of course, this weekend it's time to go into full hype mode. Oh yes, TB's excited as well because we are going to Miami. Oh my God. We are going to Miami. Yes. The glitz, the glamour, the naked dancing girls riding pony. Now, if you want to see that, you'll get it in Miami. Yes. You might not get it on my stream, but you'll get it in Miami. Naked dancing girls on ponies. No problem. They probably do that every night. So, yes, the Miami circuit. Now, who is looking forward to the race at Miami? Anyone? No, not really. It's going to be another boring street circuit race, isn't it? Bit like Jeddah, to be honest. Not really much difference. But anyway, we will see. The only exciting thing about it is it will, of course, be a new circuit, so it'll be something different to look at. Yes, that's all the excitement we get out of Formula 1 these days, looking at new circuits, which only sort of turn up every 3 or 4 years, to be honest. But anyway, who do we think is going to do well in the street circuit underneath the lights of the Miami sunshine? Or it would be if it wasn't at night. Yes, who do you think is going to be the overall winner at the end of the Miami Grand Prix? Is it going to be Maxi Boy Verstappen? Or is Charles Leclerc not going to trip over his own dick this week and actually win a race again? Because, oh my God, that was a little bit disappointing from both the Ferrari boys. Carlos Sainz, although Daniel Ricciardo did accept responsibility for that. But Charles Leclerc as well. Yes, Charles Leclerc, not good. And straight away, almost immediately it happened, everyone started jumping on the Charles Leclerc hate bandwagon and saying, well, yes, in fact, that's been a fundamental problem with his career from day one, basically. Yes, he can make some very, very silly mistakes at very, very crucial moments. That's what people were saying, yes. It literally, as soon as he done it, yes, oh my God, he made a mistake. That's what people do. That's what drivers do. It happens all the time. Don't start judging someone on one mistake, please, for God's sake. That's ridiculous. But yes, so let's hope the Ferrari duo do better at Miami. I predict that Maxi's going to be up there, and I do actually think that he's going to win the race, and the Ferraris will be in their usual second and third, with Carlos in third position. Not quite sure. Anyway, Miami is next weekend. It is! It's next weekend! Oh my God, I told you, time goes so quickly, or so slowly, I don't even know what day it is. So yes, Miami is next. See, I'm all confused now because of everything that happened earlier. It's put me off. I had everything prepared, and now I'm winging it. Yes, Miami's next weekend. Next weekend. Come back next Thursday, and I'll do another one. Oh God. Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, next weekend is the new Grand Prix at Miami. So how do we feel about that? 8th of May. 8th of May. Thank you, Will. Yes. At least Miami will be in the F1 22 game on launch. Don't say that, Mr. Pinal Pessy, because Codemasters don't need very many excuses not to put tracks into games, do they? Don't forget, 1st of July, F1 22 is supposed to be coming out. 1st of July. That's not a lot of time to finish that Miami circuit, is it? No. Not a lot of time. What are we in now? Just about to hit May. That's May, June. Oh my goodness, that's 8 weeks. 8 weeks, including the last 6 months that they've had to put it in as well, because obviously they knew about it, because they said at the end of last season, didn't they, that it was going to go be a Miami Grand. So yeah, not a lot of time for Codemasters, even though people can make tracks on a set of Corsa in 24 hours. But anyway, that's another story. It's another story. But hopefully, yes, Miami will be in the new Codemasters game. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Leclerc was rightly punished with a palm of the week. Yes, he was. He was. But he made a mistake. Everyone does it. Everyone does it. Anyway, so we're going to go off the topic of that now, and we're going to see whether the man is about, where we can question him over Nicholas Latifi. Yes. Let's have a look and see if we can now. I've got to turn my camera off. Turn my camera off. Thank you. And let's see if we can find the great man himself. The only man who can comment on this, I believe, is a Canadian. I can't think that anyone else could make a comment about Nicholas Latifi apart from a fellow Canadian. So that's what we're going to do. But is he about? Or is he playing on his organ? As he always does. Well, let's find out, shall we? Let's give him a ring and see if he answers. Da 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 da. There we go. There we go. He's probably not even there. He's probably... Hello? Hello? Dominic Orlando? Hello? I can't hear nothing. Hello? 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 He's not there, everyone. He's not there. The Canadian has left the building. He has indeed. He's not going to answer. He's not going to answer. Look at that. He's crying in the bushes over Latifi. That's why he won't answer. He's just crying in the bushes over Latifi. Scott says, I could go on an event on F1 in general over the American stuff. Yeah, I bet you could, Scott. Yeah. Won't be long before they just call it IndyCar Part 2. Yeah, might as well. Amount of times we're going to be going to America. Call it IndyCar Part 2. La 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 la. Hello? I'm a bit perplexed why I can't actually hear the thing ringing. It's a bit weird. That's a bit weird. He's not going to answer, is he? No, he's not going to answer. No, he's not there. He's not there. That's it. Failed. He's failed. Once again, my co-host has failed. Oh, sorry, I was just checking that I've got audio on the desktop, which I have, but I wasn't getting anything for Facebook. Anyway, well, so many problems tonight. Everything's just not working. It's just really not working. It really isn't. And another big platform. Dom, Latifi fan. Star Trek background. Yes, Mr. Planal Plessy. No sound, Dave. Hurry up, Dom. What do I mean? But stuff is ring Mr. Plant Pot instead, Dave. I would do, but if I can't hear them, we're in a bit of a sticky wicket. We're in a bit of a sticky wicket, and I can't understand why there's no audio from that coming through. That's very weird. Very weird indeed. We are definitely having some technical gremlins tonight. Usually it goes pretty smoothly, but yes. I'm going to try Dom again, because we know he's not answering, but I want to see if the sound's coming through. I've got to turn my camera off again. Turn my camera off again. Right. Let's try that again. Ah, now I can hear. Now there's something coming through the desktop. Ah, now we got sound. Now we got sound. We got sound now. I can't believe I'm so happy we got sound. Come on, Orlando, this is your last chance. He's not going to answer, is he? He's probably sitting there on his phone now, going, look at the youngster, look, he's all worried and I'm not going to answer. That's what he's doing, just to wind me up. Right, that's it. You've had your 40 seconds of fame. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're sacked. You're sacked. Absolutely sacked. La la, la la. Let's see if our number 3 man's going to answer. Yeah, our number 3 man. It's not going too well here tonight, everyone. I can't ring Mr. Plant Pot because he never answers. He never answers because he's got the baby. So he can't answer because of the baby, you know? we will get him back, but it will be about a year until the baby started growing up, and then we'll get him back. But at the moment, there's no point because the baby. It's the baby. There's just no one. Josh is number 4, actually, Dave. He is. You're right. But there's no one about. There's just no one about. This is another quality. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Here he is. My number 4 choice for this evening.
For number 4.
Number 4. Yeah. Everyone else just didn't turn
Still.
up. Yeah.
Again. Fantastic.
Fantastic. So how you? I do apologise. I've had about 14 technical problems tonight. It's been unbelievable. Oh my god.
Oh wow. Are we actually live now, or don't we?
We are live now. Yeah, but it's just been everything's just gone wrong. Everything's gone wrong. My internet's failed, so I had to restart.
Let's stop it all off, Army.
I know the internet failed, so I had to restart the stream. I've just been ringing Dom, and there was no sound coming through, so I couldn't hear anything. But he didn't answer anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So it's just it's all gone swimmingly. Oh, hang on, I can take my headphones off because my speakers have just come on, so I should be able to hear you. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
All right, hang on. Let me pull the headphones out.
For fuck's sake. For fuck's sake.
This is quality entertainment, this isn't it? You won't get this on the Hour channel. Here we are.
Is this? Why am I here? Why am I even here?
Just think of it like this, Josh. This is 7 levels of shit. It really is. It's 7 levels of shit. It's like when you watch something on TV and it's shit, then you watch something else and it's even shittier. But when you come on and watch Hookster Talks, that's a 3rd level of shit that you're watching. It really is.
Like watching an animated version of Sharknado.
Oh, yes. Now, don't get me started. I love those films. I think they are brilliant, I'll tell you. Absolutely brilliant.
Better than this.
Anything's better than this. But yeah.
How many we got watching?
Oh, God. I don't know. I can't. Oh, the internet's break. 4. We got 4 viewers.
My God.
A whole 4 viewers. I'm quite surprised they haven't all nodded off and gone to sleep by now, but no, they're still here. We got Scott.
Well, funny enough, I'd literally just got myself in my pajamas. I was ready for bed. I was like, oh, Dave's not going to ring me now. And then all of a sudden,
I know.
Come back from the toilet and the phone's ringing. I was like, oh, God.
And do you know the worst thing about it was? I was actually ready and on time, dead on 9 o'clock, and I thought, yes, let's get this stream started. Let's go for it. So 2 minutes into the stream, internet fails. Oh, thanks very much.
Fantastic. So what wonderful topics have you got to discuss with me then, Dave, seeing as though you've not planned it again? Internet was broken. I'm the 4th choice once again. I'm sure you've got a riveting thing lined up for me.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. So, Miami Grand Prix, looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to seeing that fake marina that they've built.
I know, I saw that. It's classic, isn't it?
That is great, that is literally more money than sense. That is more impressive than when they put the fake lemons on the fake trees in Azerbaijan.
Exactly. Can you imagine?
I didn't think that could ever be topped.
No.
But it has been.
Can you imagine what Monaco's saying to itself right now? It's going, look at him.
Yeah, they've got about 6 shitty boats and a bit of a fake harbour. But the thing is, though, they've not even tried to make it look like it's real because the circuit goes all the way around it.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it doesn't even look like a harbour from any angle, even when it's finished, because the circuit literally covers the whole of it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
Having said that, though, I do really approve of the Williams Racing Miami merch that they've done with the shorts and the T-shirts. I think they look really cool.
Oh, nice. Did you hear about Williams? Did you hear about Williams saying that they're actually doing so well because they've actually reduced the amount of paint that's on the car?
Yes. Did you notice how bare it was at Imola? There was literally just like a bit on the nose cone, bit on the engine cover, and everything else was black.
But apparently it's working. That's what I just... That amazes me. It's working.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if it's lighter, there's a lot of teams struggling with weight because Alpine are struggling with weight as well, aren't they? The weight limit,
Yeah.
and that's why it keeps like disintegrating. I know obviously Alonso had contact with Schumacher at Imola, but had it been any other car, they were saying that the side pod wouldn't have exploded like it did after a bit of a minor shunt. It's just because they've had to make it so thin to try and get it as close to the minimum weight as possible. So, yeah, interesting one.
Yeah, as I said at the start of the show, I can't remember which start of the show it was, possibly the first one or the second one, but whatever start of the show it was, I remember saying that these cars, I mean, they took 3 years to develop, and they've got so many design flaws. It's unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen a season where cars have come out of the blocks with so many problems with them. It just seems ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is obviously. I mean, what was it? It was originally meant to be 21. Were they meant to be coming out, and then were delayed a year, or was it even meant to be? Yeah, it was definitely meant to be 21, weren't
21,
it?
yeah.
And then delayed till this year. But yeah, I mean, they've had so much development, but there seems to be, like you say, a lot of things that are not quite right with them. But it's just little things that are turning into big problems. It's nothing drastically major, but it's just little bits that are adding up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of inconsistencies. But
as I said earlier, that I saw a bit of on board of the Ferrari with Charles Leclerc on the last race, and the porpoising just looked horrible. And not only just looked horrible, but the sound of it as well. It's just like, oh my god! I was like,
was it Charles that after he jumped out the car at the end of the race said that it was the first time he's ever actually felt he came out the car with headache and he got stomach pains as well because it was obviously just compressing down and bouncing.
That's right. Yeah.
He said he got pains in his. I'm sure it was Charles. It was definitely one of the drivers anyway.
That's right. Yeah. It might have been. Or was it George?
The Ferrari and the Mercedes were really prevalent in doing that porpoising at Imola.
Yeah. It just amazes me that they didn't know that this was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I know we have wind tunnels and it's only fake air and stuff, but couldn't they have done something to mimic the actual effect of it sucking down on the ground and stalling? Yeah. Because we've seen this problem before in the 70s and 80s with the ground effect cars when they lost and it porpoised, it bounced, but they've seen it before and they're trying to go back to ground effects again. Surely someone would have gone, hang on a minute, it might do what it did in the past.
Yeah, exactly. I can't, I mean, they're saying that a short-term solution is to raise the suspension. That should sort it out. But is it also going to make the cars a lot slower? We'll have to find out. But if that works,
it makes them more tricky to handle because if you've not got the downforce with the ground effects, which is the main bulk of the downforce of these cars, because you've raised the ride out so much, then you're going to go into corners and you're going to have hardly any traction on the rear tyres.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem.
Wait and see.
Well, we have Jamie in the chat now, and I did promise that we would talk to Jamie because unfortunately I apparently last week viciously didn't ring him, and he's very upset about it. So we better get Jamie in as well for a quick little chat before we go. So I think I'll have to stop this one and restart, but I'll get both of you back in again. So just bear with me, and I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Da, da, da. Da, da, da.
I'm back.
Hello. Now, hopefully, Jamie's going to join. We will see. So you don't get quality entertainment like this, do you, on the hour? I just keep saying, you just don't get it. Just don't get it.
We don't. Not unless Arava was here, obviously,
Oh
when he does
yes.
eventually
Well,
reply to your email.
not for the want of trying, Josh. I'll tell you, not for the want of trying. Someone suggested 25 quid, but I think that's a bit excessive myself. You know.
Oh, no way. I won't even give him a fiver.
I know. He should be honoured to come on the show for free. Basically, that's what I think.
Exactly.
I mean, there's so many of his fans actually watch me as well that he should just come on for free because it's free publicity as well, isn't it? So I just
rock up for free, and look how famous I am.
Exactly. Yes. Now, what's happening with Jamie? Oh, here he is. Here
Here I am.
Hello.
Here he is.
See, I promised I'd get you on, didn't I? And here you are. So there you go.
Yeah. And then I wasn't expecting for you to see my thing, and then I've just rushed around trying to find my phone charger because I only had about 5% battery.
I know, I'm sorry, Jamie. We had a lot of problems tonight. A lot of problems. The whole thing's just gone to shit.
The main one being Dave.
Yeah, main one being me. But the whole thing's gone to shit tonight. And I was all ready to go, and I had all things planned. What I was going to say, and I've just had to wing it now because it's all blown up. But anyway, how are you, young man?
Not bad. Yourself?
Yeah, muddling through, as they say, muddling through.
I thought you were going to say Madeline through. Then I was like, oh God, don't mention her.
These years.
So anyway, last week we were talking about F1 and you said in the comments that you were an expert on EA games. Is that correct? Or at least you've played enough of them.
Well, yeah, I've played enough of them to know what the new game's going to be like. Yeah.
Okay, so give me your thoughts on what you think F1 22 is going to be like.
I had all this in my head last week because you were talking about it.
I know you forgot it all.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But no, I would bet my life savings that it's going to be awful.
I'm in same boat. I don't think there's going to be anything remotely good about it.
EA have ruined every game they have made since about 2017. Right. 2017 FIFA was an amazing game. And then 18 got slightly worse, 19 got worse than that, 20 got worse than that, 21 was like crap, and 20 it's like this developing thing of getting worse and worse.
Just when you think it can't be any more possible that can make it any more worse to do.
Yeah, and then the same. It's like all their franchises. Like Madden used to be an amazing game. I know NFL's not for everyone, but it was just an easy pick up and play the game. And gradually, it's got worse and worse and worse and worse. I mean, I was stupid for the new one. I paid like 70 quid for it a few months ago. It's now on the PlayStation Store for $19.99.
Yeah, just shows you, doesn't it? And there's not even been another release after that. It's still the new one.
Yeah, Madden 22. Yeah.
Christ.
That's now $19.99 on the store. NHL games, the same thing. They was awful. Star Wars Battlefront 2, Battlefront 1, best game ever. Battlefront 2, worst game ever.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Jamie. I played that recently. I couldn't believe it. it.
Star Wars Battlefront 1 was on the PlayStation 2. It was the best game ever.
Yeah.
You could go around in fucking planes shooting people and it was almost like Battlefield, like just a obviously Star Wars version of it. Against like the AI seemed intelligent in a way on Star Wars Battlefront. Number 2, worst game ever. Everything they have touched recently, it's like they have the same like graphics team on every game they make, especially the sports games, and it doesn't suit. Like they don't tweak it for what it is. It's like the way that you control things. I think the handling is going to be atrocious. I just don't think they'll get it.
Mm.
I completely agree with you, Jamie. I think the graphics and the handling are going to be the two worst bits with it. I think as well as that, I'm not sure if we're going to see any unlockable things where you're not going to be able to progress in the game until you do something, or that's what EA tend to like to do, or you can pay your way through it.
There'll be so many microtransactions, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So many. They will. I was even thinking this. What I was thinking last week. You see, like you've got the My Team thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like there'll be. I guarantee you, there'll be bits in there where you can like pay to have. Because I don't even touch the My Team thing really, but obviously I know what it's about. But in terms of like getting drivers for your team, I bet you can pay for like special drivers.
Yeah, you can physically buy them with your own money to get them.
Yeah. What they'll do is they'll do things like, I guarantee they'll have like a 97 Schumacher, a 1997 Schumacher.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a 92 Alan Prost, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And they'll try and model the person it is on like the year that they won the title, like back like decades ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And their stats will be boosted and things like that, but it'll be that you have to pay for them.
Yeah.
That's what it'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I just can't believe is that they're saying that, the PS5 version is going to be, completely brand new, because obviously 2021 was just an upgraded graphics version. They didn't do any improvements for the PS5 version. So, you've got all these graphical improvements. It would be an ideal time to bring the classic cars back. I mean, who wouldn't want to see a nice RB6 going around the track with really good, great, but no classic cars again. I don't get it. I really don't.
Money, isn't it?
I bet you'll be able to pay for one in 6 months.
Yeah,
possibly. Yeah.
The game's shit, so they'll try and flog a dead horse by releasing classic cars to just try and get some more money out of you before it dies.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand what they're talking about. I mean, I haven't really seen much more on the game since last week. I've been quite busy, to be honest. But
there hasn't been any more.
Well, there you go then. But like the supercars thing, I don't get that. Does that mean that? I mean, I think to them or EA, supercars could just mean old F1 cars.
No, this is actually like, supercars like you get in the Gran Turismo games now.
Like Ferrari, Enzos and stuff, I think. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now they had to scale back on it because the FIA stepped in and said you're going too far outside the scope of an F1 game. And
that's what EA will do, yeah.
Yeah, because as I've said before, they have been incredibly generous in these F1 games now, where they allow other drivers to have like different colours on. You could be a Ferrari or someone else, can't you? So I think that's been really generous of them that they've allowed that to happen, because you couldn't do that in the past. But to actually introduce supercars, which was going to be a fundamental part of the game, apparently, the FIA then stepped in and said, no, you've gone too far. So what I understand now is it's just going to be like something you can play with. It's just like an add-on that you can just play around with, but it won't actually be featured in the game or anything, which I think is a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even need it though. You're buying a Formula One game.
Exactly.
That's it, but that's what EA don't get.
Yeah.
They want to cram in as much as they can.
They don't want the niche of a Formula One game. They want the niche of a racing game, which applies to a lot more people.
That's it. Yeah. It's got a broader audience than then.
Has there been any announcement on whether they're doing Formula 2? Whether they're including that in this game?
No. I don't know.
Yeah. I thought I'd missed it, but...
No.
That F1 Manager game, they've got the official license for 2 and 3. Formula
really?
2.
Oh.
Yeah. So...
Wow. Well, maybe that stopped Codemasters from doing it then.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they've definitely, because it says on for that manager game, you can like develop drivers, or you can scout drivers from like official Formula 2 and Formula 3, and then obviously promote them into your team.
Interesting.
Yeah, see, the biggest thing that concerns me with this upcoming game is it it isn't as if it started on any good foundations, because F121 was shite.
It was. I agree.
And I cannot see that EA are going to ever make that better than that. You know, at best they'll make it the same as that, and then it's still crap anyway.
Yeah.
I just worry about, like I say, the handling. I think it's either gonna be really arcadey.
I've got this funny feeling it's going to have the lag. You know, like you're all right going around a track, but if you need to try and recover a slide or a spin, I think that's where you're going to get a lag or a delay in the. Because that's what I always seem to feel when I play the early EA stuff. I mean, I know I'm going back to like PS2 when F1 2002 and stuff like that, but
that's what I think it will be like.
But there's always that lag. You're all right going around a circuit, but if you make a mistake, there's just it just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, I haven't got high hopes for it at all. Like I said,
I'm not buying it.
I'm kind of 21, so but
I made the mistake of listening to Joseph David Plantpot, and I was like, look, are we definitely converting over to 21? Because I want to continue racing with ERL. It's like, yeah, absolutely, mate. We've done the testing. It should be fine. Great. So I bought it, downloaded it, and testing didn't go quite so well as expected, so we're staying on 2020. So it's still in the wrapper. And I was like, I'll trade it in. At least I'll get some money back. And they offered me a tenner, and I paid 45 quid for it. And they were only selling it for 25. I was like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I mean...
So it's still sat on my shelf in the wrapper. Never even been put in the...
It's just all their games, no matter what they do, they feel the same. Like I say, like with the sports games, the way you control an NFL player feels the same as the way you control a player on FIFA. But they're two completely different things.
Do EA do golf as well?
Oh yeah, that game. I've been dying for a decent golf game for ages, and that game's fucking terrible.
There you go, another one.
It is. I used to love the old Tiger Woods games. They were actually good. They were like Tiger Woods games.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've ruined them as well. They overcomplicate things, which is what they say. It's like what they sounded like they tried to do, bringing in the supercars into this.
Yeah.
They have a sense of making things not only worse but really overcomplicated.
Yeah, because the thing that makes me think is if supercars were going to be like a main bulk of the game, I have never known EA have different handling models in any of the racing games for different cars. It's just all the same. So if they model it around the supercar thing, then is your Formula One car going to handle like a supercar? I don't know.
I think the main thing about the quality of the game was that 29-second trailer. That gave you a clear indication of what the game's going to be like, because it said absolutely nothing.
And then the pictures we got after were just incredibly bad. Like
I was absolutely wetting myself last week when I see that trailer.
Yeah.
And then you come on with your rant about them wanting, and I was like, well, it was what I was already thinking. They've just given you. I was already thinking it before you said it.
And then all the big F1 YouTubers are coming out with 15-minute videos, and I'm like, how the fuck can you get 15 minutes out of that?
Your fucking mate Arava or whatever he's fucking called. I went on because I didn't think right. So I watched that because I was the one who sent the link to the ERL chat, isn't it? About it was going to be announced as such, and then when it was actually on, I was working, and just the time went by, and it weren't till about an hour later that I remembered that. So I went back onto our chat, clicked on the link, thinking that maybe they'd be, I don't know, you'd have like, there might be the developers having a conversation or something, you know, the usual Q&A crap that you sometimes get. And there was nothing there apart from the trailer. And I was like, right, okay. So where's the rest of it? And then so I typed into YouTube like F122, like new release or whatever it was. Typed in, and the only thing that I could find was that Arava with like a half-hour video
Fucking ridiculous, isn't it?
of just talking like, oh my god. I hope he's been paid for that and that he didn't bother doing that off of his own thing. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, he definitely gets paid. He definitely gets paid. He's been getting paid for years. He were flogging
No,
like 2015, making out it were good.
no, I know. It's just, to be that excited about that, EA must have personally like fucking gone, here's 10 grand. Can you sell house? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just like,
The one that amused me was when he released like 5 hours after the initial trailer video that he did was, here's things you may have missed. Like,
oh, it
pardon?
was just in that. It was like he got a marker pen and highlighter pen. Oh,
But
It's fucking
the best
awful.
the best thing about that video, don't even bother putting the sound on. Just look at the picture and watch his eyes. I tell you, I cannot stop laughing. It's just it's like he suddenly snorted up about 3 lines of coke and then started the video, because that's what he's like. He's just so excited.
Yeah, I've seen bits of his stuff before, and I think he's all right sometimes. But like you say, I was just like, mate, what are you? I was watching that thinking, what the fucking hell were you going on about? Like, God, it's like, talk about work for your money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't envy him. I mean, if you were doing a really good game, then fair enough, I might be a bit jealous. But when you're advertising that shit and trying to pump it into people, I'd be embarrassed.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. We'll see. But Miami this week, Dave. What do you think? No, it's next week actually.
Next week,
Yeah, I made that
Okay.
mistake as well. I thought it was this week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I'm going on in the stream and going, yeah, so what does everyone think about Miami this week? And then I think it was Will in the chat said, Dave, it's next week.
Oh, fair enough.
Plum.
That should be all right. I think both the race directors have got COVID, haven't they?
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
yeah.
Bring Massey back.
Yeah, that's right.
I bet Hulkenberg's on his way.
I think they're going to get the guy from, I can't remember his name to be honest, but the guy from Formula E. I think they're talking about him coming in.
Oh, go on. What's he called? Yeah. Oh, I do know his name.
Yeah, I can't
He's
remember it.
he's
at all.
decent, actually. He's not really
Yeah.
that bad in Formula E.
Yeah, no. At least he's obviously got they need someone experienced, don't they? They can't just have anyone. Like,
Yeah. And he's been in Formula E since the start, so
yeah. So yeah, but then as well, I don't know. I mean, I suppose they can't like wait because it's over a week away, and what's the regulations now? Is like what, 7 days or the most? But I suppose they can't sort of wait and then do anything last minute. They need to make a decision now,
Mm-hmm.
and even if the other two feel better, just go. Well, it is what it is now. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, we're glad you're feeling better. Come back next race.
Come back.
Yeah, that's it. Because otherwise, it's just going to be like a last minute decision and loads of faffing around, isn't it? So.
Yeah, which is what they're trying to avoid, so I can't blame them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've not really seen a layout of the Miami circuit. I saw obviously the initial overview of what it's going to look like, but it's should be interesting. I think it's going to be maybe like Saudi Arabia. Do you reckon?
Yeah.
A bit like that. I
Looks quite high speed.
I see something the other day that I don't know what I presume it's. I think going onto the straight, I think the last corner is a hairpin going
Right.
on, and all around, and it's quite open on the right hand side. So yeah, so the hairpin's the left turn, and there's quite a large runoff area on the right, like a tarmacked area. but I see a picture of them getting the track ready, and they've sort of painted that all blue and palm tree to look like a beachy type thing after the curb, and then inside the barrier they've put yachts there.
There you go. Oh, we're just saying, Dave, before you joined.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just saying it doesn't make sense because where they put the boats, it's like completely encompassed by the circuit. So where the fuck have they come from? It's never even going to look real.
Yeah, they've tried to like do it like I'm still wondering whether they're going to put like whether they're actually going to fill that bit up, whether that's like a sort of sectioned off like swimming pool. That'd be
I've got no idea. It's going to be interesting to see. If race gets boring, we could have a look at them boats, I suppose, and see how like badly held together they are or whatever.
yeah. It looked like there's about 8 of them just all round that corner. Like, and then I take it they're obviously for the rich and famous, I guess. The party boats.
Yeah, the party boats that aren't actually on real water. Great. Fucking hell.
It did look funny. It's like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, I said to Dave, I've never thought putting fake lemons on a fake tree at Azerbaijan would ever be beaten, but there we go. It has at last.
It's like, it's the Americans, isn't it? They like to have a bit of boldness, as it were.
Yeah.
Scott in the chat says it looks like an American Sochi. There you go.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Yeah.
Yeah. They'll be pleased with that. Looking like the Russians.
Praise be to Lada.
Oh dear.
What else we got in the chat, Dave? What's happening?
Nothing really.
I wonder why.
Yeah, not been any comments for the last 30 minutes, so apart from Scott there saying about the American Sochi.
Yeah, thank God. Comment something else, Scott. We're desperate. Good hell. One viewer, Dave. One viewer.
Have you spoke about Imola yet?
You're right, it is one viewer.
There you go.
I missed the start.
Yeah. Have we talked about Imola?
I don't think so, no.
Right. Well, do you want to kick it off, Dave, and then we'll join in, or?
I'll start if you like. I don't care. I thought Lulu did exceptionally well as always.
So what were you talking about for the first however long it were before we joined?
Well, basically, I was trying to sort out the internet issues for about the first half an hour. So I was like trying to talk to people, and I was trying to sort the internet. I was like doing this with my fingers at the same time over there. And I was going, all right, how you doing? All right, yeah. And it was just a nightmare. So in the end, I just said, no, look, I'll just have to switch the stream off and restart it until I get all this. So then I had to go downstairs and reset me router because the Wi-Fi wasn't working, you see, and I've only got Wi-Fi upstairs where I'm streaming this from. So without that, you see, it doesn't work very well. So I had to restart the stream again, you see. So yeah. Just problems.
Absolute amateur.
Yeah. I know. I apologise, Jamie. I apologise for being such an amateur. I'm just not up there with the levels of the Aravas and the Tiamat Mardukes. I try my best, but I'm just not there.
I know you're not all there. Fucking gone in ahead.
So yeah,
right,
Imola.
Anyway, Dave, Imola.
I thought Lewis did well. I thought he did really well, and congratulations from Toto after the race. You know, saying so sorry, Lewis, that we actually gave you such a shit car. And I just think that's outrageous, to be honest. I really do. That Toto felt a need to mollycoddle Lewis so much to say that sorry we gave you a shit car when George Russell puts it in 4th place.
Yeah.
Pretty
unbelievable.
Much. I mean, my main surprise was when George Russell crossed the line, I think I heard his radio. He said, "Oh, that was tough," You know, that was hard work. That was tough. No one said to him or anyone, you know what, mate, that was like absolutely fantastic. They just went, yeah, oh yeah, it was a tough day, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're like, oh, fantastic result anyway, buddy. P4, well
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, by the way, your 7-time ex-world champion teammate is down in 15th.
Yeah.
And you've just put it in 4th. So actually, that's fucking good, mate. Do you know what I mean? For your 3rd race in the car. Is it 3rd race
4th.
now? Yeah. 4th, sorry, yeah. Yeah, I think that was a bit harsh. They're still just pandering to Lewis, really.
Yeah, I wonder when they're going to switch allegiance, because, Hamilton's had a 10th and a 13th now, hasn't he, with Ocon's penalty. So,
Yep.
Okay, he's had a podium. What were the other result? Was it a 5th?
I think it'll be a lot quicker than you think, because I didn't know, to be honest, too much about George Russell and Toto's relationship. But then I watched an interview with them both yesterday or the day before.
Right.
They were like sat around the table, and they seem really close. They actually do. And George was saying about how Toto's been part of his career since he was in karting and things like that.
Yeah.
He really has. So
it is like effectively like the Hamilton of like the McLaren back in the day then.
Yeah, I think I didn't realise actually that that's a closer relationship they had. I thought it was just, obviously I know George was part of the Mercedes Academy, but I thought he just kind of come through and they was like, oh crap, you're actually really good. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, they really did. Like George said, I think George almost, like he said, he's like his father figure.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, okay, that sort of come out of, well, to me, it come out of nowhere. So yeah, I think Lewis is screwed, to be honest, because I think obviously George is leading in points and George is the one performing. They're going to have to stick with him if they want to get
anywhere near. Yeah, if they want to get anything out of this year. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to have to let him be the one who continues it, unless Lewis really does pull his finger out his arse, then he's going to have to suffer it.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I think Miami's going to be an interesting one because it's a new circuit for everyone. See who gets on top there. But I think again that could potentially be advantage Russell in that situation.
Yeah,
but
again,
let's see.
I mean, they ain't really got a chance of winning a drivers' championship, but at the minute he's their main hope.
Yeah.
If they're close together, then I can see it being Russell who gets the nod to carry on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think the European rounds that are coming as well are going to be interesting because the Mercedes is struggling to get the tyres up to temperature, which is what both drivers are struggling with, but Hamilton more so. And obviously, we come to Europe. I mean, even in the heights of the summer, it's not going to be like what the temperatures are in Saudi and in Miami, and things like that. So, yeah, that European phase could be really crucial because if Lewis still can't get it together and the team themselves can't find a workaround to get the temperature in the tyres, then they could be sitting ducks. But George adapts better, it seems.
Yeah, because that's how it was in the race as well, wasn't it? They struck like the first lap of the race when they come off the it was when they all come off the inters, wasn't it?
Inters onto the mediums, yeah.
Yeah, that first lap they really got screwed over.
Yeah, because even Russell struggled there because Bottas had that 12-second pit stop, still came out sixth.
Yeah,
and it was like ridiculous because he caught up to him. I mean, obviously at the end of the race he caught up again, but in that initial coming out the pits, Bottas was so far behind him, and then he was like within 6 seconds of him for the rest of the race. So up until George got his tyres up to temp, Bottas was hunting him down like alarmingly quickly, and obviously Hamilton lost Or, he lost one place to Albon and then one place to Gasly, didn't he, as well in that pit stop phase?
Yeah, that's it. It only takes them a couple of laps, but obviously a couple of laps is a long time.
When everyone else is already straight on it just after half a lap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone else was coming out of the pits going, yep, let's go.
Yeah, and they're going, oh, just give me a sec.
Yeah, track's dried up, we're going. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it was a good race. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think it's a bit like any race that we've had this year and last year as well, which is like you get that stale middle bit. It's very like Formula E, like the way I see it at the minute, Formula One, because like you have the initial start that's exciting, first round of pit stops. Once they're out of the way, gets a bit stale, and then it tends to liven up again at the end, which is very Formula E-esque in terms of like obviously percentage use and running out of power and stuff. So it's got them kind of vibes, but I really enjoyed it. I did enjoy Imola. Like I say, it did have that flat bit in the middle where the DRS was eventually activated and still no one could overtake. But yeah, at the end, it got really exciting, and it was good to see Lando on the podium as well.
Yeah, he's doing all right. Give him his due. McLaren have certainly improved from the start of the season, haven't they? So.
Yeah, I mean, it's like what we always said was, well, I always said, I know people doubted me, but I was like one of the ones that said, look, it's just brake problems. The car itself's really good, but they've got to get on top of the brake issues before they can go forward. Yeah. And then these last couple of races, they've really proved that. I think he's had a 7th, 5th, and a 3rd now. So minus Bahrain, which was just a forget-me weekend.
I think
done really well.
Danny Ricciardo was still having brake issues when he went into Sainz, I think. But...
yeah, he didn't do well, did he? That's not good.
He did go and apologise to him, didn't he? Which is good. But
he did, which is it's fair enough.
It's the fact that his first radio message was "Someone hit me into Sainz."
Yeah, like, he thought Bottas hit him, didn't he? But then he realised he just hit the curb.
Yeah, he got hit after the initial incident, but at first he was like, "Oh, someone hit me into him." Like, no, they didn't. You drove into him. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest disappointment though of the weekend for me were Mick Schumacher.
Where did he come?
He was last, really. Well, just ahead of Danny Rick. That was it. It was 17th because he qualified 12th, started 10th. Obviously after the sprint race, and I thought, he could be on for points here.
What is Dave doing?
Oh no. He's just leaving us to it, isn't he? I mean, why do we bother? Do you know what? I don't know who's more of an idiot, Jamie, me, you, or Dave. Like, why are we here?
It's the fact that he just walked off. He just turned his camera around and walked off.
As if no one had noticed, though, like just quietly leaving the room during an interview or something. Just like, just pop out, don't mind me.
Oh, God. He's getting more senile by the day.
I don't know how much longer it's going to be before YouTube actually cancels him, but I don't think it's going to be too much longer. Oh, dear. I mean, this is Hookster talks, and he's fucked off.
He was like, I just see his camera moving. I thought, hang about, Dave's going.
Sorry, lads, I was just putting me chuffing dinner on. Right, I'm back.
It's the way you don't even say it. You're just like, if I just turn my camera around, they won't notice I fucked off without saying anything.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh, dear. You interrupted us by spinning your camera around and thinking, what the fuck's Dave up to?
What I was going to say was, the moment they switch allegiance to George Russell, Lewis Hamilton will flick the switch and go straight into Damon Hill 1999 moaning mode. If anyone remembers that, it'll be like everything's wrong with the car.
Yeah.
I mean, Heinz Harold Frentzen in '99, he had a really good season in that Jordan. I mean, he
He could
almost
have been champion that year.
he
Did
could
not
have
be
been
for that
champion. He
engine
was
failure. You know,
racing with Eddie Irvine, yeah, wasn't he? And that was all
Yeah.
overshadowed by Damon Hill, because every single race he was doing badly, and he was going. And the interviews went to him and went, "Oh, so how's the car? Oh, it's just not driving very well at all. No, it's just." And in the end, he ran out of excuses. So in the end, he said, "What's the problem?" And he said, "Oh, I can't drive these groove tyres.
Yeah.
I can't drive groove tyres." And I'm like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, I do. Obviously, I was too young to remember it, but when I look back at everything,
Yeah,
yeah, I remember that because then he retired, then didn't he?
yeah. Oh,
Did he officially retire, or did he just never get re-signed for 2000? I can't remember exactly when.
What, Fenson?
No,
No.
Damon Hill.
Damon Hill, yeah. He
he
retired
retired.
after that. He just had enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I said it when they announced him that, Russell's going to be Lewis's new Rosberg. And I think he already is, to be honest. That's the way it's going.
Yeah.
I think them two are going to clash. I don't care how much Lewis tries to be like, oh, we're British teammates now and he's a young driver and I'm going to mentor him through and all this. I don't believe it for a second.
Yeah.
Because, like you say, Lewis has started losing races. Russell's winning races. Lewis is just going to get the ump.
It's age, Jamie. Age is now against him. He's up against Max. He's up against Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz. They're all in their 20s, and he's now 37. You just can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is. It's just a fact of life, really, isn't it? For any,
Yeah.
It's the same with any sports, like But it's not like he's not in decent condition, though. Do you know what I mean? He's got all these bloody personal trainers and all that, hasn't he?
True.
Yeah, he's the peak of the physical fitness, but I just think of it. I mean, eventually you're going to slow down naturally, aren't you? That's just life.
Yeah.
I think we did see a lot of mistakes from him last year. Last year I know we were in the title hunt, but that was probably one of the biggest years for so many mistakes that he made. And I think it was only by chance that he were really still in the title fight up until the last race, to be honest, because, Azerbaijan should have been a massive point haul for him there. Didn't happen. Even like things in practice, like overshooting pit stops in practice, it was just little things.
I think the one that killed him I can't remember who spoke about it. It might have been Ollie actually in the ERL chat. The one that killed him was the Baku incident.
Yeah, the brake magic, wasn't it, where he forgot to turn it off.
That just, I think, like, destroyed him in a way.
Yeah.
Especially, obviously, Max being out of the race, he's like, right, I win this race, I go X amount of points or whatever.
Clear. Yeah, I think they were tied on points going into that race, or there were only one between them or something. But it was close.
There was minimal points difference at that time. I think, like I say, they could have even been tied. And then I remember having my head in my hands when Max went off, and then when Lewis done that, I was almost on the floor pissing myself laughing.
yeah, that was a big chance lost there. Just it were loads of little things, just loads of little issues just started creeping in and little mistakes. Because where was the one where he had the magic again? He forgot to switch the brake magic off again.
I don't remember that.
Sochi rings a bell for some reason. Russia. I don't know why. I think it was in qualifying though, as opposed to the race.
Oh, okay.
But I know there was another incident with the same thing later in the year. I think it's just age that's setting in with him now. Nothing against him. It's just that's how it is, isn't it?
I like as well. Have you seen like people keep quoting what he said last year to what's happening now?
Yeah. If you haven't seen me now or something, wait until you see me next year.
Yeah. And the other one was my team don't make mistakes.
Yeah.
Well, Lewis, I think they do, mate. I think.
Yeah. But the thing is, we're calling it a mistake, but let's be realistic. This car is still a top 5 finishing car. It's not a championship winning car, but it's still a good points hauler and a potentially regular podium finisher if something goes wrong for Ferrari and Red Bull. You know, I think Williams would jump at the chance to have a car that was that good, or Aston Martin.
Yeah, and I don't think that Red Bull, as much as I love it too, but I don't think that Red Bull's 100% safe, as it were, at the moment. I think they could potentially have like issues at any time. I think.
Yeah. I think they've cut it really, really fine in terms of development, and I think that's why we've seen the retirements that we've seen so far. Because they've had 3, haven't they? 2 for Max and 1 for Checo.
Yeah.
At the minute, and then look at Ferrari. They look like they're on the edge in terms of actually going round the circuit and sticking on the track because it looks a bit twitchy and the porpoising's quite bad, but the reliability seems to be there.
Yeah, I mean, Carlos Sainz has just been extremely unlucky.
Yeah. Sainz was his undoing with that Monaco, Austria. I can't get my words out. Australian Grand Prix qualifying, obviously where he had his lap disallowed for red because of the red flag. Started 9th, made a mistake on his final push lap, and then went backwards at the start. Tried desperately going forwards and fell off. And then Imola, it was just one of those things. He got took out by Ricciardo.
Yeah, exactly.
Could have happened to anyone.
Yeah, and has happened to a lot of people in recent years.
Yeah, it's just the way the luck goes at the minute, doesn't it? But Sainz doesn't seem to have the luck on his side.
I quite like Charles Leclerc. If he does win the title, I wouldn't be disappointed. Right.
No, I'd like to see a new champion. More than happy to see a new champion. Leclerc seems to have the measure of the car, but then what we saw at Imola was a bit silly. I didn't think that were necessary.
But if I know, like you say, it's a bit silly and unnecessary, but in a way, I kind of enjoyed the fact that he was going for it and that mistakes happen.
Yeah. Oh, it was exciting to watch. I mean, obviously, Ferrari didn't even want to pit him for those soft tyres, did they, to go for the fastest lap? That was Charles's idea. And then, obviously, when he went in, they were just expecting Red Bull to stay out and that'd be fine because they weren't going to catch him. But then Red Bull pitted, and then that offered the opportunity for him to get second place as well as the fastest lap point. So he's thinking, hang on, I can gain 4 points here, and instead lost 8.
Yeah, I mean, he knows what he done wrong, and for them, it was like it is stupid for them. But I'm just, in a way, I was kind of glad. Well, do you know what? He was pushing that car because he wants to win a race, or he wants to finish as high as he can,
as high as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? He wasn't content with being there.
Yeah, he weren't happy with third. He wanted second if it were available to him, and the opportunity came where it was. So,
but then he'll, not. I mean, those curbs, those like fucking sausage curbs, they're harsh, aren't they? They're not at every track. He's not going to do that at every track. Do you know what I mean? It was just
he just cut it a bit too much, trying to get the DRS on Perez and spun. But yeah, like you said, those curbs aren't there at every circuit. That's just that chicane to stop you cutting it, basically.
Yeah. But it'll come back. It'll be all right. I actually think, in terms of speed, I think they'll have the upper hand in Miami. I think there's a couple of long straights in there. I think they will have the upper hand.
Yeah, that Ferrari power unit seems to have done really well because you can see Alfa Romeo and Haas. I know obviously they could have gone forward and made some right choices with the regulations, but it's not going to be all them. It's going to be the engine in the back of it as well, and they've all gone forward massively compared to last year. So it's good to see.
That's it. Dave stroking his beard there, wondering.
I hear the Red Bull still using the old Honda from last year, and they're not going to get that basically built and designed by a Red Bull engine until about July, because their facility that they built onto their their factory, it still hasn't finished yet. That's what I heard anyway. So they're still using the old, like last year's Honda engine.
Mm.
Interesting. I
All
don't know if
right,
it's
good.
true
That,
or not,
that
but it's
could
just,
that could be true.
Yeah.
It could be true.
that's what I heard.
So, well, yeah, then it depends what else they've got to come as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it could be more. I would maybe say it was maybe more of a revised engine from 2021 as opposed to the actual 2021
Yeah,
engine. But
yeah.
yeah, they've not got what they should have had in the back of it
Mhm.
yet.
Yeah, what I'd imagine is like what you just said. There's the base model is last year's
Yeah,
with tweaks here and there.
yeah. But it's not the full works what they're expecting.
Yeah, but they'll be all right. I mean, the cars at the front, they're going to have more to come because but they'll just bide their time with it, wouldn't they? If they're running at the front already, they'll bide their time. They don't need to.
They can think, well, hang on a minute, we're already up around here. We can finish second and third for a while until someone catches us up, and then we can just go bang. There you go. We know that works now. We'll pop that in.
That's it. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
We shall. Looking forward to Miami though. Just nice to have a new circuit and just see how it goes out. I mean, if it's boring, it's boring. But I don't like new circuits all the time, and all this fact that they're meant to be getting rid of the older stuff to replace it with the new circuits, I think is wrong. But it's always nice to have something new just to see how it goes. But
that's the way that not just F1, it's everything. Like we're in a new generation of
we go where the money goes now, don't we?
Yeah. And there's fans a lot younger than us now who want different things to what we wanted, and like it's just the entertainment levels in it, and like you say, the money levels. They want to make it a more global thing.
Mm.
The European races they won't get rid of all of them, but there'll be less and less European races.
Oh, definitely, yeah. They're going to slowly dwindle out from what used to be like the European powerhouse, which was like 80-90% of all circuits were there. It's slowly dwindled from those days.
Yeah, as long as they don't get rid of Spa or Monaco, although
Monza.
I think the thing is with Monaco is obviously they don't pay, do they? They don't.
No, it's on the heritage.
Yeah.
But so they've been in Formula One for so long.
Yeah.
Because Monza is the actual only circuit that's done every season bar one of Formula One.
Yeah.
They didn't do 1980. They went to Imola. But apart from that, they've done every year. So from 1950 to now. So I think it's Monaco, Monza, and Spa. They're the three heritage circuits. Because I don't even think Silverstone falls onto heritage because they had it at Donington and Brands Hatch for a long time.
Yeah. But I think with Monaco, I think that, I don't know, maybe give it another couple of years. I think they will try and get rid of it.
Yeah, do you know what? I can see a lot of people kicking off about that because I know the races, it's boring. I admit that, but it's the most exciting Saturday you ever get.
Yeah.
Because of the qualifying is everything. The qualifying is everything, and you can see that the drivers will literally push it to the limit and beyond the limit as well, which is you always see the drivers on the limit in qualifying, but in Monaco, they know it's that crucial for that extra thousandth of a second at times, especially in the mid-pack. The Saturday, that is the best Saturday of any Formula One weekend ever. And that's what I enjoy it for. And then the race, I think, well, you know what? You deserve to stay line and stern because you put yourself in that position to win it or, to finish on the podium or to score points. So fair play.
Yeah, it's not so much about, like I say, it's not the Monaco ain't a battle of how quick you can go and overtake. It's a battle of their mental attributes.
Yeah, you've got to keep going.
Yeah.
Don't shunt.
But I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how this year would be the first. Obviously it's the first all the tracks, but it'd be interesting to see how the cars actually do cope going round, especially like the hairpin, obviously
Yes.
because those tires are wide. They're big them tires,
Yeah. But that's what they put the wheel covers there for, isn't it? And they've toughened up the rims so they can maybe tag the wall and not suffer an instant puncture like they would have done in the past. So maybe they have thought about it a little bit. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's going to be really, really tight with those.
Yeah.
With the width of them, especially.
Yeah, I think you'll see a few drivers, especially maybe not so much once they've been around there a couple of days, but I think in like the practice sessions, I think you'll see a few drivers struggling around there.
Yeah, Latifi's going to be in the wall several times.
Well, yeah,
he's our source of entertainment.
That's if he's still in the car by then.
Yeah, they're tipping Piastri, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oscar Piastri, which, you know what, fair play. He deserves it.
I don't blame him if they do that, because I think Latifi's just got away with being in a shit car.
Yeah, and I think these new regulation cars have really shown him up now because he cannot adapt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's got the last couple of years when he's had, all right, he was still getting outperformed by Russell, but everyone was, they were saying, yeah, well, Russell's a good driver, like, he's tipped to be a future world champion. Yeah, he can do that.
Yeah.
But now he's got I don't think Alex Albon's a great driver, but he's still doing something in that car.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people have discredited Albon because of how he was at Red Bull.
Yeah.
But I think he's had a year out to mature and to come back and know where his weaknesses are, and is delivering good results.
Yeah, but I honestly, I'll admit straight away, I thought he was going to be terrible again, especially going into the Williams, who, all right, we didn't know what to expect from him this season car-wise, but no one thought they were going to set the world alight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Everyone was still expecting him to be down there. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's actually, like you say, he's actually pulled out a couple of decent results, whereas Latifi's just still trundling around, crashing into things. And
yeah. If he's not trundling around, it's because he's already crashed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But he made it round Imola, most of it.
He did.
I think it must have been the first weekend he hasn't crashed in a while, at some point over the weekend.
Yeah. I think he made it round Australia, but obviously he crashed in practice and also crashed in qualifying with Stroll.
Yeah, I think I said it in Dave's chat the other week after Australia. I was like, I'm sure he's crashed in at some point of a weekend over like the last 4 or 5 Grand Prix.
It started at Saudi last year.
Yeah.
Because obviously that was the penultimate round last year. So it was Saudi he crashed. Obviously Abu Dhabi he crashed. Then he crashed at the first round in Bahrain. In practice he took his wing off. Then Saudi again.
Yeah.
Then Australia as Sergeant Shunter. And then this weekend he's actually managed to keep it out the wall. So it's the first weekend, Imola.
Yeah. So he's saved Williams a little bit of money.
Yeah.
It must be so, obviously, like them teams, like obviously, like with the budgets and that. Can you imagine like the engineers and that feel every time they see that car going the wall? Now you just think, oh my god.
Yeah, oh, for fuck's sake, again.
That's another 2 million out of the budget.
Yeah. We're never going to develop this car, boys. We're just going to fix what we've got.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He'll be getting the masking tape out, just putting it together.
Yeah. We got any blue tape left? No, only black. Okay, fuck it. Sit down. New livery for the Williams this race. It's patchwork quilting.
Yeah.
Have you froze, Dave?
No, I'm still here. Anyway, thank you, gentlemen. It's almost time to wrap up the stream. I just got a couple of comments in the chat.
Canal.
Scott
He's
says,
literally just let us talk and then gone, well, that's it from me. Well, Canal, thanks for contributing, Dave.
No worries. Scott says the jumping cars look stupid when they're on board with signs or example. It looks like they're rocking to music. And Mr. Ollie Jacks in the chat says, Baku did what Germany Grand Prix did to Vettel.
Yes. Yeah, with obviously Vettel crashing in 2018, wasn't it, while I was leading? Yeah, very true. Very true.
I'm glad you got that, Josh, because I didn't until you just said that.
Yeah.
So well done.
Oh, this is why I'm here, I think.
When are you doing the when are you? Is it you're planning to do this quiz, Dave?
Oh,
Yeah,
God
when's
knows,
the
Jamie.
quiz?
I haven't started it yet.
Fucking hell. So he's just going to keep doing this rambling shite
Yes.
from me and you while he
The other
just
week
stares
you were
into
gonna-
space.
Yes.
You were
I had,
gonna
a,
sort it
I, had a,
out.
good- I had a good idea, though. So when I start it, what I want to do is I want you all to tell me. So I'll do all this in the ERL chat. I want you all to tell me the first year that you started to get into Formula One, like properly. You know. So if you tell me what year that
Right.
is, and then what I'll do is I'll find like 5 questions on the internet related to that year, and start off the quiz like that, because I think that would be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do about 5 questions on. I'd say it's got to be the first year when you really sort of because everyone remembers the first year, don't they, when they first got into F1? To be honest, well, I can anyway.
I mean, I can sort of, but I was about 12.
I can't because I've always been into Formula One because my parents were into it. So my earliest memories like from 2002, but I can never really fully tell you when I was fully invested in it.
I would say about 97 for myself.
97.
Yeah.
So when would
Yeah.
you say, Josh, that you started watching the races sort of full
I'd
time?
probably have to go. I'd probably have to go 2005 because remember I was a big Alonso fan and I was gutted when he had a year out, and then when he came back in 04, no, he had 02 out, didn't he? So he came back in 03. Yeah, so I'd probably say from 05 because I was willing him on for the championship.
Nice. That's all right. So I'll put it in the chat at some point, and if you'll give us sort of the approximate years, it doesn't have to be exactly, and I'll see if I can base about 5 questions around that, because that should fill the questions up quite nicely, in fact.
Yeah, and it's tailored to each person as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not like general. I'm not going to ask something from 1968, and everyone's going to go, "What the? How the hell are we supposed to know that?" Stuff like that. So yeah.
Probably, if you want to generalise it, I'll probably do it from about 2000 onwards.
Yeah.
Or 2000,
Yeah.
like around
Yeah. I'll do
2000.
general questions as well.
I don't
but I
know,
just thought-
if it's ERL, we're all quite, I think who's the youngest in the ERL?
Steady, Josh. Steady.
I know, but I'm just thinking like, we've all got knowledge from the 90s, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I'd say probably Dom's the youngest, isn't he? Yeah. No, I don't know.
He's what is it? Is it? No. Yeah, he's only like a month. He's only like 6 months younger than me, I think. But either way, yeah, we can work something out. But that's actually a good idea, Dave. Well done.
Is it? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I thought of that all by myself without any special
bravo.
assistance.
Bravo.
In response to what Scott said in your chat, I want to hope that someone's probably already done it on YouTube or whatever. I want to see like a mix of someone putting like, I don't know, fucking Iron Maiden to one of the drivers just bopping up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what about that? What about
you
that?
Can't stop rock and roll.
The Queen. What about the Queen song? What's it? Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, that'd do.
Because they did that. They did that in Bill and Ted, didn't they? They're sitting there, aren't they, going like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't Stop Me Now would be quite a good one. Don't Stop Me
Me
Now.
Now, yeah.
That's such a good time.
Just like.
Hang on, let me write that down.
There he goes. It's going to be an internet sensation with my idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's one like I put in the chat the other day like the video of Vettel looking around all the cars.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Inspector Seb.
Yeah, but then like about 20 minutes later, I went on Twitter or whatever, and someone had put it to the theme tune of Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
It was like Inspector Gadget. They're walking around the cars. It was brilliant.
He loves looking at those rear diffusers, doesn't he? That's really fascinates him, doesn't it? The way he looks at them rear diffusers, I must admit.
I think he's just he's he's an F1 man in general. He's a complete F1 man. Like
the thing is, as well with Seb, is he's got like engineering degrees and stuff, so he actually knows what he's looking at. You know, like if any other driver did that, they'd look at it and go, "Well, it's got them extra bits on back." Yeah, well, where are they coming from? I've no idea, mate. Whereas Seb will be able to tell them, "Look, for McLaren have got this where it's arched and it looks like it's coming from the exhaust," and
that's it. That's it. That's exactly
what worthwhile him looking.
And then, as well, like I don't know if you see, like me and Ollie were talking about it earlier, or Ollie said it in the chat. Like I do, I reckon he will be Red Bull team principal at some point. I mean, it don't matter. I'm not talking.
I think he's definitely going to be.
Yeah, I'm not talking like, you know, in a couple of years or whatever. I mean, it could be, you know, 5 years, 10 years, something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to affiliate himself with the Red Bull program once he retires.
Yeah,
and then work his way up when he gets back into Red Bull as some sort of like, you know, junior coach for the young drivers coming into Red Bull or AlphaTauri, and then work his way up that way.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, it could be. I mean, it could even be in 20 years' time. He'll only be 50 something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be 10 years. It could be 20 years. But I think at some point he'll be Red Bull team principal.
Back at Red Bull. Yeah.
I think that's definitely like the route he's going down of, like you say, managing drivers, coaching drivers, and then he'll be there.
Anyway, it looks like Scott liked my idea. He says F1 history. I'm licking my lips. So there you go. Thank you, Scott. Thank you very much.
Thank God someone's still listening to this awful thing.
Exactly. That's what I say. That's what everyone says at 5 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah. Bloody hell, 11 o'clock, Christ.
Yeah, anyway, it's time for me to go, gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on another Hookster Talks. It's been...
Well, it was mainly Josh and Jamie talks.
Yeah, I just sit here and listen.
And Dave sits there stroking his beard and nodding.
Let me just turn my camera around.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Dear. Anyway, thank you, gentlemen. You've been awesome as always. Now, unfortunately, next week, because it is properly the Miami Grand Prix, I might have to invite some Americans on because it would be more fitting, wouldn't it? So, if you
would like to say that I won't be available on Thursday, so don't ring me.
Okay.
I am at a concert, so
right. Okay. So we won't. So yeah, I might, Jamie, have to invite the Americans next week because I say it's sort of because it's a Miami Grand Prix. But don't worry, you'll all be back. There's 52 Hookster Talks in a year, you know.
I'll just remind you that Dom is Canadian, so, you know, doesn't count.
Try get Nick on. He's a chatty bloke.
I would like to, Josh, but he never shuts up. Once he starts, he just never shuts up. It's ridiculous. You know, you can't get a word in edgeways once he starts, I tell you. And as I'm the only person in the ERL that has heard him speak, yes, and I can categorically tell you now, Keanu Reeves. That's Nick. It's exactly
that's
how
why
he
he's
speaks.
so quiet, is he?
He is, yeah, and that's exactly. I thought it was him when I first heard him. I thought he got one of those, you know, voice changer things, and that it was Keanu Reeves. But no, it was actually him, and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, "Wow, amazing!" I can't describe, you know, because I'm English, how he sort of speaks. Just imagine a really cool 20-something surfer dude who lives in California. Yeah.
I was going to say he's Californian, so
yeah. Just imagine the 20-something, and that's basically how Nick speaks. Just imagine that. That's it basically. Unbelievable.
I think you should have a negotiation with him for that the first time he speaks is on Hookster Talks.
I think so. I think everyone would like to see that for the first time ever.
No one else invited. Just it's going to be like, you know, Piers Morgan.
Yeah. Because I mean he's a fascinating person, isn't he? I mean there's lots to talk about. And I don't
Yeah.
mind if he doesn't want to put his face on the camera. Just as long as the voice is there, that's all we need, isn't it? Really? Because I mean, we've had nothing
Well,
for so many years.
but I know what he looks like, so don't
Yeah, so do I. Yeah.
To have Nick on as like the first time ever Nick speaks.
That might be the first ever Huckster Talks that's actually worth watching.
Yeah. Because obviously we've always known that Nick's done quite a lot of stuff, but even like that thing the thing he posted in the chat the other day, like when he was karting against like
Stroll and fucking Norris and Russell, weren't it? And
Yeah.
crazy.
And there was loads of
F2, weren't there? Like Marino Sato and
yeah.
a couple of indie drivers and stuff. Or
Yeah, I was going to say I recognise a couple of the indie driver names as well. That's what I was trying to think of what I meant. Yeah, that's what I mean. There was loads of.
There were Logan and Dalton Sargent, weren't there? There were them two. One's in NASCAR, one's in F2.
So,
Mad.
Okay.
yeah.
I will
He's
work.
He's really
on,
got to go now. His tea's going to be burnt.
I will work on Nick because fuck
get
however,
him involved.
we need someone more important than that, don't we? Really. So I'll work on Nick and see if it works out or not. See if you speak to me.
Good.
Look forward to it.
Me too. I'm excited already, and I haven't even spoken to him yet.
Just like I'm excited for this quiz that's never going to happen.
I know. Me too. Anyway, thank you very much, gentlemen.
Yeah. Cheers, Dave.
It's been awesome as always, and I'll catch you.
See, am I catching you both on Monday for the ERL?
Well, you'll catch me because I haven't got anywhere else to go, have I?
Yeah, all right. I'll be there.
Yeah.
So I'll speak to you all on Monday.
Okie
I
dokie.
figured it out. I'm doing all the odd races. So 1, 3, 5, 7.
Right, got you,
Yeah.
Jamie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Nice one.
Thank you,
Catch
gentlemen.
you later.
I will catch you later.
See you later.
Thank you.
See you, Jamie.
And
See you,
good
Dave.
night. Bye bye. Thank you everyone for watching the stream tonight. Sorry about the technical problems we had at the start, but we got that all sorted out eventually and we're okay now. Hope you enjoyed something. There was definitely a thing, and I will get that quiz sorted out, and I will try and get Nick from the ERL because he's a proper motorsport man. Try and get him on the show if possible. I will try. Maybe 25 quid. Who knows? But anyway, thanks everyone. You've been awesome as always. Thanks to everyone in the chat, to Scott, to Ollie's been in there, Jamie was in there as well, and we had Will F1 of course, who was in there from the start of the show. It's a special goodbye. My favourite. I've just had a message from Mr. Dusty Finn who says my favourite part about Hookster Talks is the fact that the Hookster's window is the smallest of all. Unbelievable. Anyway, special good night for Mr. TB Bear. Yes, we'll be back next week with another Hookster Talks with a Miami preview. And as I say, because it is the Miami, we might have to invite some Americans onto the show. Yes, I said Americans, not Canadians. Not Canadians pretending to be Americans. Pure Americans, okay? Right. Ah, dear. Okay, thanks everyone. Awesome as always. And I'll catch you with another video.